So the Prophet, he had our hashtag to follow, and I may or may not have missed a couple days of posting on my social media, so I figured I'd do something to make it up. Yeah, so I'd like to spend this video talking about what I'm thankful for. Some things that are important to me, or that have made an impact on my life. And I think I'd like to start with my set pieces here, my beautifully picked and organized set pieces. We've got a nice keyboard here for all the. We have a keyboard here. I'm thankful for music. I'm thankful for my ability to play. I'm thankful for. I mean, that leads me to my parents because they bought the lessons that taught me how to play from my upbringing. If I ever said, "Hey, I want to learn that instrument," they'd be like, "Oh, you want to learn that instrument? That's interesting because we actually just bought that instrument for you." Violin, harmonica. We got this thing. This reminds me of my brother. This used to be his stuffed animal. Then he let me have it for my Dungeons and Dragons stuff, which also has to do with this. It was part of my Halloween costume this last Halloween. I wore it as a detail. I dressed up as my D&D character from my weekly Thursday sessions. My weekly Thursday sessions, by the way, have a bunch of my friends that I care about. We got Richie, Michael, Sierra. Well, Emily, she went on her mission, which is awesome. I'm grateful for her and her willingness to do that. Then there's also Megan and... Is it bad that I only know the new player's character's name? I only made an effort to learn a character's name because I didn't want to in-game be like, "Oh yeah, my character doesn't... Could you say your character's name again?" So I may or may not only remember her character's name. Either way, I'm thankful for her for playing with us. And I also have D&D on Saturdays, but that's more of a family thing, where we play together with my family. So like I've got my younger brother, my other younger brother, and we've got two cousins that we play with, and a friend from church, which is awesome. Anyway, we got over here. We got controllers for video games, and specifically Super Smash Brothers. It brings my family together. We can get a little into games sometimes, but it's okay. Sometimes you get into things you care about, And lastly, we got this nice cat bed, which is it reminds me of all the pets that I've had, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of them, even down to the ones that have passed away. Each of them, I feel like, have made maybe not a separate impact on my life, but they've taught me a valuable lesson about life and death, and how important it is to understand that. Reminds me of that brings me to YouTube in general for having such a big impact on my life and teaching me things. The other day I was helping my mom cook. We had some family over for dinner. We were gonna have Thanksgiving early, and she had me help cook with her, right? And I'm grateful for that experience. Anytime I'm able to spend time with my parents or family is wonderful. I'm grateful for it. But one thing she asked me to do, she asked me to cut up some food. And from YouTube, I had learned how to cut with a knife. I'm also grateful for that. You heard him? Anyway, I'm kind of losing my train of thought, but YouTube has had such a massive impact on my life because I've learned things from it, and I've been able to grow from it. It's not the most perfect place. It is on the internet, so anyone can post anything, and I'm grateful for the platform. I'm also grateful for the friends I have to give me an example. Aside from just my friends from my D&D group, I also have friends from church and friends from school that have been with me for about as long as I can remember. I can remember pretty far back too, and the friends that have stuck with me, and I don't know, it's weird. I'm grateful for friends, and I'm grateful for the nature that I've been blessed with. I feel like people will hang around me more than it makes sense to me. Like sometimes it'll surprise me. Like someone will come up to me and say, "Oh yeah, Greg, I remember you from that one thing. You remember me?" And I have no, I have no idea who they are. And I feel bad whenever that happens because I forget their name, but they remember me, so why don't I remember them? But occasionally I will remember them, which is always good. I'm thankful for that. I have a poor memory. I have a poor attention span. But I'm kind of thankful for those things too. The difficulties and the trials that I've had in my life, I'm grateful to have them. And I'm grateful for the atonement, which allows me to become stronger and become a better person than I was the day before. I'm grateful for the scriptures. I'm grateful for the prophet who gave us this challenge. I guess is that the word he used? I'm grateful for this opportunity. And I'm grateful for the family I have who each keep pressing me forward. Bruce and Oliver, David, Jack, Aaron, Sam, as well as Sam and David's wives. I actually enjoy both their company very much. And I'm especially grateful for my mom and my dad for giving me such a good example of what is right. My dad, he has opinions up the wazoo of the current world and the current problems we face. And my mom, she's wonderful and is always caring and always welcoming to anyone. I've been thinking, what do I want people to know me for? What do I want people to see from me? I don't know. I think if you take anything away from this video, it's that you should be thankful. You should be thankful for... That sounded really accusatory. I have no idea what your life is like. But I think even if your life is hard, like even if you have many trials or going through rough things, you should find things to be thankful for. Even if it's just small things. For me, this house, I've always had a house. I don't know what it's like to not have a house. I've always had food on my plate. I don't know what it's like to not have food whenever I'm hungry. Some people know what that's like. Some people have gone through that. I'm sure some of you have. But I think in this time especially, in this time of great sorrow and great problems, find something to be grateful for. When's the last time you talked to your family? When's the last time you said that you love them? When's the last time you did that thing that you like? I love writing. I haven't written in a long time. I just recently drew a nice illustration. That's what my aunt called it. She called it an illustration. But I think the reason I'm so grateful for this opportunity, the reason I'm so grateful to point these things out in my life is it has showed me how big the hand of God is in my life, what I've seen. And the scriptures, I'm so grateful for them because they teach me to see that and to see the power that God has in my life and the lives of others. So I don't know. In closing, I think that the biggest things I've been grateful for in my life are my family. My games, D&D, piano, all because of my family. My cats, we wouldn't have this stinker if it weren't for my sister Jack. And I wouldn't have the heart to have let in Sabrina if it weren't for my family teaching me what's right and what's wrong. I think my family most of all is what I'm grateful for. And second I think I'm most grateful for the friends I've made and the examples they've given me. And what they've shown me is right and wrong. What they've shown me is how the world works. The thing I'm most grateful for, I know I said I was most grateful for family, but I take it back. Family's second. Second only to one thing. I'm grateful for the church. And I'm grateful for all that it's given me and all that it tells me I can gain. I don't know. I'll talk about that some other time maybe. I am so grateful for my family, my friends, and the church that I have, and what it's shown me and what it's given me. And I'd like to bear my testimony of that church and the truthfulness of it and the power and joy that comes from it. Even if the church, the things it says ends up being wrong, by living its standards, my life has improved. And by praying and reading my scriptures daily, I've felt a spirit grow in my heart. And I think that's what I'm most thankful for. I think, as my last words, go tell your mom you love her. Go tell your dad you love them. Go show them you're thankful.